from Srkcycles.com. We have a 2015 BMW S1000RR. This is one of the fastest bikes in the world. I love riding it. Super pumped about it. This bike is in perfect shape. It's got the gold. It's got the gold forks and the electronically controlled forks, which I have no idea how to use. Let's take this thing for a spin. I love this bike, and it does need gas. I hope we don't run out of gas. Now guys, this bike really is a monster. It's a 200 horsepower beast. It's so much fun to drive. Don't buy it if you don't know what you're doing. And I'm just going to show you how well it rides, how good it sounds, and just kind of talk about a couple of the really cool features about this bike. My goal in this video is not to show you how fast I can go, because I'm not trying to incriminate myself, and I think people should save that stuff for the track if you can, as best you can. But this thing is such a good ride. If you're wondering though, those lights are on because it's telling me that I need to change the oil. It's telling me that the oil service is needed. This bike has multiple modes. Right now it's in race mode. One cool thing about it is it doesn't automatically default to like the tamest mode every time you hop on the bike. It's been in race mode every time I've been riding it. I put it on there. Race mode takes off the traction control and the wheelie control and makes it a whole lot more fun to drive. But for most people, you need to leave that stuff on lest you die. And I have no problem. I've had people say this to me before. They're like, stop talking about dying when you're riding these motorcycles. You're scaring people away from buying them. That's my point. That is absolutely my point. If I can scare you away from buying this bike, I want to do that. The guy who's like determined to buy it because he knows what he's doing and he knows how to ride, hey, that guy's gonna listen to him and be like, yep, that's true. And he's gonna buy it anyway, and that's cool. You know, I love riding this bike. It's a lot of fun, but I've been riding for a long time. This bike's very technologically advanced. And one of the coolest features is something that, you know, they've had on bikes for you can put this on a bike for a long time. They've had this option for a long time, but this does a what's that called? The quick shift. So I can shift without throttling down and without using the clutch. See that? Right there, shift. Bam. Watch my hands. I'm already in top gear. Get a little bit of air off the bridge. Just the way I like it. Watch me do that quick shift, I'll show you. It's super smooth. It's amazing how much faster it makes you. I mean, you're not dropping the throttle. It's just when you're pulling on a straight, you know, you're on a racetrack or something like that. That makes a big difference in how fast you're going. It's incredible. When California Superbike School went switched over from this bike, switched over from the ZX6R to this bike, which blew my mind away. I'm like, why would they do that? They doubled the horsepower. That's crazy. They dropped their wrecking percentages 40%. That's like mind-blowing. I mean, that's a big deal. That's nuts. So this bike used properly, you can really, keep it in like, wet mode, and then start stepping up, and you could really kind of learn how to use the bike and learn how to harness the power. It's always fast. Don't get me wrong. There is no slow mode for this bike, but there are modes that are going to keep the front end down. They're going to keep the back end from slipping out. Nothing will ever replace knowing how to ride the bike, knowing how to handle a motorcycle. But what it might do is just help you get out of a hairy situation when you're losing traction on the back end or something like that. This bike is such a blast to drive. The only sport bike that has cruise control built in, like actual cruise control, and also like heated grips and stuff. Now there's other sport-ish motorcycles that might have those options. I don't know if any of them have cruise control though, but there are some other bikes that are sporty that also have heated grips. But this is a full-blown super sport bike, and they're like, yeah, let's put cruise control on it. I would love to take this bike to actually where it belongs, which is on the track. These things are just a lot of fun. It's a very light, nimble bike. The amount of power that you're harnessing in this unit is just mind-boggling. Another thing is, unlike Ducati, this bike's actually reasonably priced. I mean, you're not looking at, it's not 30,000 bucks. MSRP is like 16,000 for this thing. That's insane. It's an extremely reasonably priced, extremely fast motorcycle. There may be one bike faster than this, and that would be the H2. But I feel like at that point we're just cutting hairs, and with the stuff that, the track stuff most people are going to be doing, it's all about the rider. I mean, I've passed people riding this bike at the track on my 600. Not because I'm that good, just because they didn't know what they were doing, but it's a bike that they could definitely grow into, and the bike is